grabbed onto you and it does damage! And without dying, of course. There's top! What? Down left. Oh.
Out in the ocean is nothing but beauty and dangers. Beauty, because you see all the creatures being peaceful, swimming around, living and breathing. But when you wander too far, the tides will turn against you.
Alright, let's do the same thing as Emperor Leviathans.
However, despite having some of the threats, we learn how to swim with them and to adapt with them. Just like we did with sharks. You don't just kill the sharks, because then we're just removing the wildlife. What we do is that we redirect the sharks peacefully without gaining any injuries. So to swim with them, we are removing the stasis rifle and any harm's way of doing any damage or disrupting the natural behavior. In this video, you will learn to swim peacefully with all the Leviathans in Subnautica on planet 4546b. When swimming with the Reaper Leviathans, you always want to be paying attention to them. Watch their behavior. In this clip, you are seeing the Leviathan turning around and then charging at me, and you see me stepping aside. However, this Leviathan didn't want me, as she wanted to warp her. And this is a clip what will happen if you don't pay attention.
Hello, Sea Emperor. Ow!
So as you may have noticed, I was almost within mouths to reach from the Reaper Leviathan. And I'll explain how I did that in a second when the Reaper Leviathan is about to attack me. But just know that this strategy will not work if you don't keep your fair distance from the Reaper Leviathan. You can swim as close as you want, just make sure you have enough distance so that you have enough reaction time. So as you can see here, the Reaper Leviathan is going to attack me very soon. Let's give it a few seconds. It's all about patience. So you see Reaper Leviathan going up right, so I went down left. Reaper Leviathan's now below me, so I went up left, and now she is above my screen, and I went down right. It is all about swimming in the opposite direction of where the Reaper Leviathan is heading towards you. Just remember to give yourself some distance so that you have enough time to react, but feel free to swim close to them after they're done chasing you. Because if you do this what I just did, you will encourage them to stop chasing you. And they'll leave you alone for a few seconds until they feel like they want to attack you again. Now, here's a clip of a failed attempt.
Like this, for example.
Notice how something went wrong right there. The Reaper Leviathan was following the same direction where I was going. Do not go to the same direction, as the Reaper Leviathan is faster than you. If you go to the same direction where it is easy to chase you, you will become easy prey for the Leviathan. So always make sure to swim the opposite direction. Do not swim towards the direction, and do not continue following that same direction, as it will just make you an easy target. Now let's say you want to swim in the Seamoth with the Reaper Leviathan. Now let's say you want to swim with the Reaper Leviathan in the Seamoth and not outside the Seamoth. Well, if you get grabbed by the Reaper Leviathan, for example, it just grabs onto you and it does damage! So as you guys may have noticed, I was left with devastation, because that was not supposed to happen. Apparently it can, but usually what's supposed to happen in the Seamoth, when you get grabbed by the Reaper Leviathan, it will do like almost half of its health. And with the prawn suit, it will be less due to how strong armor the prawn suit is. However, if you make yourself a security perimeter defense, which I will show in the next clip, you can use it to break loose from the grip, making it more safer to swim with a Reaper Leviathan.
So let's say you want to swim with the Reaper Leviathan Seamoth. You just gotta make sure you're dodging it, make sure you're being one step ahead of where you're going, and make sure that it's an open area so that you don't run into like a random wall. Okay, we're gonna purposely get grabbed.
As you may have noticed, it has instantly allowed me to break free from the grip. Now you might be asking, does it do any harm to the Reaper Leviathan? No, all it does is shock it to encourage it to let go.
We're gonna do it again.
So it does no harm. So thank goodness. Now earlier, as you saw, I was trying to dodge the Reaper Leviathan with my Seamoth. You can do it, because I did discourage it. However, the only reason why it grabbed me is because I pretty much swam directly to its mouth. So if you want to use a Seamoth, I'd say have the perimeter defense just in case you do get grabbed. Otherwise, you will lose your Seamoth. So keep that in mind. Let's go on to the next Leviathan, the Reefback Leviathan.
Our next Leviathan we'll be swimming with is the Reefback Leviathan. Now, as you see here, this is the juvenile one. Very peaceful, so small. Whoa. Oh, hi. And what? What are these? Let's get them off you. Let's look around just to make sure there's nothing on him. All good. All right, I'm gonna place those floaters really quickly so that they can be at their natural spot. Last one.
While the Reefback Leviathans do look scary from a far distance, they're actually quite very peaceful. They do not pose a threat, and they will not harm you or other sea creatures underwater. So, with the Reefback Leviathans, as you may have noticed on the back of their shell, you will see some plant life on its back. You see the brain coil so that you can regain some oxygen, and there's other plant life as well on its back, where you can grab samples of it for materials that you can craft from the fabricator, or just to decorate your underwater base if you want to. Up to you. But, from that as well, they're very slow, as you may have noticed. They're not fast like the Reaper Leviathan or the other Leviathans. They're very, very slow. So if you're someone that's all about let's be fast, let's be quick, you can't do that. With these creatures, you must be patient when traveling from one point to another. And when you do find them, you will notice that they will be in pods with the other Reefback Leviathans. And you can usually find these creatures close to at least within 100 depth in total. Now there are some Reefback Leviathans I have seen that did kind of go close to like 200 range. That is very rare sighting to see though. But now that we have finished with the Reefback Leviathans, we're now gonna go to the Ghost Leviathan. When looking for the Ghost Leviathan, you're going to find them in 3 different locations. One is close on the outer surface of the map, but at the depths of 300 and 400 meters of depth. You can also find one of the Ghost Leviathan juvenile in the Lost River, and then you can find some very huge Ghost Leviathans out in the void. But be warned, when out in the void, you may potentially see at least 2 and maybe even 4 of Ghost Leviathans. So far, throughout my own personal experience, I've only seen 2, but one day I'm going to see 3. But how to swim with the Ghost Leviathans? Very simple. You treat them like the Reaper Leviathan, where if they're swimming out one direction, you have to swim the opposite.
Going up, we're going to go down left, up, left, down left. Oh, ho, ho. It's the same deal with the
very easy and very simple when swimming with the Ghost Leviathans. Just remember of that one rule of make sure you have a fair distance from them so that you have enough time to react. Distance is a huge thing when swimming with the Reaper Leviathan and the Ghost Leviathan. You gotta have distance so that you can react on time to swim at the opposite direction.
Of course, if you want to play extra safe, you use the Seaglide. Going down left, going up. Now we gotta go down.
Now let's say if you want to swim like really close to them, like let's say that you're very reckless where you want to swim very close to them, like at this range where I'm at, and maybe even closer. Obviously, they're going to be faster than you, so you can use a sea glider so that you can swim very quickly. And if you're someone that doesn't want to use a sea glider, like me, because I like to swim naturally, obviously you will probably struggle with that type of achievement as they're very faster than you. But now that we have seen the Ghost Leviathan close to the surface of the map, we're now going to see the Ghost Leviathans in the void.
Not like that. Here we are, close to the void. As you see, there's nothing out there yet.
Notice how the screen will instantly go dark when you enter the void. Once the screen's dark, you have entered the void, and then you will need to hear this sound.
Now let's see if we can find our little Ghost Leviathan out here. I hear him. You hear him, right?
So that is the sound of the Ghost Leviathan, and they can come at random direction. So always be constantly on your guard and looking around where they're coming from. And as you can see, they are very, very huge.
Absolutely giant.
Probably not larger than the Sea Emperor. I'm sorry, but the Sea Emperor dominates all. Actually, I don't know. I gotta look at the heights. But anyway, back to the main video. How do you swim with them? Simple, you just swim with them like you would treat them as a regular Reaper Leviathan and the Ghost Leviathan. The downside is in the void is that you do not see them coming from a far distance unlike the others. You have to literally be paying attention and wait until they get close so that you can react. Just always be expecting the unexpected.
Now, I've heard that there's more.
And with me on my own personal experience, and despite me knowing the videos where you can see more than two, I was not expecting to see the second one right away.
I plan to go down to the void. So we're going to see if I can achieve that without being attacked. And without dying, of course. There's two! Ah!
Part of the safety I would recommend people bringing are the air bladders. That way you can use them to lift yourself up and have more distance so that you can then swap over to your sea glider so that you can dodge their attacks and swim along with them peacefully. Now, I was not being ambitious with this as I did not want to do it because I'll be honest with you, I absolutely hated doing this. Just all in the dark, just not seeing where they're coming from, that was just like something I was not happy with. But you can swim along with them like this right here. Just make sure you give yourself some distance so that you can react to them on time. And do not full on follow them deeper to the void because they will take you deeper to the void far away from where you should be, where it's a safe haven. So just always keep your fair distance, be close to the main map so that you can return safely on the safe side of planet 4546B. And be expecting for at least two. And I have seen videos that there's three, so if you go deeper to the void, you might see three. So just plan ahead to avoid them to the best of your ability. Now that we've finished with the Ghost Leviathans, both on the main map and the void, we're now going to be swimming with the Sea Treaders.
Here we are, we see the Sea Treaders. Are they safe? Let's find out. When they're on,
of course they are safe. They do not attack you. Now obviously you may not notice it right away, but yes, they do not attack you. They're actually quite peaceful. However, what I have seen on other videos is that they do attack the player if you're close to the younglings apparently, or, you know, in the game, if you're too close to their legs, they can actually just lash out and just hit you. However, that has yet to happen to me, no matter how many attempts I've tried to be close to them, close to the legs where they can hit me, but that did not happen to me, so I cannot really support this. even with you like being directly underneath the legs where they could like potentially stomp on you, it also doesn't kill you.
Nope.
So I personally consider it to be peaceful since it does not happen to me. But just just be expecting if they do hit you, I don't think it's going to kill you. I do think if it did happen to me, I wouldn't have died because of the protective suit I have. And without it, I probably would have just taken a huge damage that just wouldn't kill me. So just be expecting to bring a med kit for safety wise, so that you can patch yourself up if you do get hit. But fun fact with these sea trenders, if you're actually close to their young ones, they do actually use those legs to hit you if you are close to them. Which even then, when I was, it still didn't lash out on me. Lucky me, I guess. I guess I'm the special boy. I don't know. You guys explain me in the comments below. But yeah, the sea trenders are quite peaceful. You can swim with them. Just be expecting to be slow with them because they are quite slow. And as you may have noticed, they do travel in pods. Maybe not close together in pods, but they are close enough where they can see each other and hear each other as they are migrating from one spot to another, because that is what they thrive on. They migrate a lot. Now that we're done with the sea trenders, we're now going to head down deeper to the depth in the lava biome. And we're going to be seeing our favorite dragon, known as the sea dragon, Leviathan.
Yes, it is safe to swim with the ghost Leviathan, just know when to dodge them. And for the love of God, if you're in a Seamoth and being... Whoa, that man was close. Always keep swimming. Like Dory would say, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Right, man. They're usually down here. Hey, there he is. I've been looking all over for you, buddy. Where you been? You've been down here. That's what you've been doing. Oh boy, he's coming at me. So right there, that fireball that he just struck me with, if you're out of this suit, it will kill you. So whatever you do, play safe when trying to deal with that.
When swimming with a sea dragon, there are two things you must know: his attacks and the areas to avoid. For the attacks, he has two attacks that they can use to attack you. One is the mouth. There are two types of the fireballs that he will shoot at you, and the fourth one is his arms. The mouth is no big brainer. He will just chomp at you, and he will instantly kill you. The second one that will also instantly kill you is that one magma ball that he will fire, like just now he just did, and the one on my prawn suit. If you're out of that prawn suit, it will instantly kill you. Due to my prior experience when doing a challenge when trying to kill the sea dragon with no stasis rifle, I was murdered by that magma ball multiple times on that challenge, and it stressed me out because I was literally like, oh, come on, man.
Hold on. Wait, that didn't kill me? Come on, Sea Dragon, you're confusing me now. What's the truth? Does it instantly kill me? Does it not? I just got hit by it and I didn't die. Directly.
The third attack of the part of the second kit of the fireball that he shots out, there's like multiple tiny fireballs that he will shoot out, and they're pretty easy to dodge. I will show a clip right now so that you guys can see it.
And that's one of the fire attacks where he is just spitting out multiple fireballs around and trying to aim for me.
His fourth attack is his arms. If you're too close to his sidearms, he will swipe at you. Now, it won't kill you. The two things that won't kill you is the fireballs that he will unleash like tiny bits of them, and his arms. They will not kill you. Now that you know of his four attacks, what are the areas that you want to avoid? The one main area is to avoid his front side. No matter if you're above him or below him, always avoid being in front of him. And the second area you want to avoid is his side, because of his arms. His arms will swipe at you. Even though it will not kill you, it will still do enough damage to you. So what is the safe area to swim with the sea dragon? Ideally, you want to be behind him and or just on his back. Just on his back and behind him. behind his mouth
Watch out for that.
and not to his side.
Or the mouth.
The side because of his arms that he will swipe at you, and the front side because of the mouth and the fire that he will shoot at you, making the backside more safe and less threatening. So always swim behind. Now, let's say that you're caught out in front of him and he's swimming right directly towards you. How do you handle that? Well, it's the same deal with the Ghost Leviathan and the Reaper Leviathan, except a little bit different. You see, with the Reaper Leviathan and the Ghost Leviathan, you see me swimming up, left, or right, depending where they're coming from, when they're below my screen. And vice versa, when I'm swimming down if they're above my screen. However, with the with the Sea Dragon, if he is like below your screen and he is swimming up, do not swim up and try to go left or right from a different angle where he's coming from. Do not do that. I've done it before with my challenge and it failed. So instead, what you want to do is that when he is below your screen and he is swimming up, you want to swim down and then go left to right depending on where he is coming from. So let's say he is below my screen and he's trying to swim up right or up left on my screen. I would then go down and then go right. You're kind of going at the same direction, but also at the opposite direction from left to right, but at the same direction when he is above or below of your screen. Now, let's say you want to swim with the prawn suit. Now, the prawn suit is very safe, and if you get grabbed, it only does like at least 25 damage to your prawn suit, making it easy to repair. Just do not be too reckless with it, as if you do it too much, you will break your prawn suit and you won't have a vehicle to get out. And the same deal is with the sides, with his arms, he will just swipe at the prawn suit. And this happened to me when I got grabbed from the Sea Dragon.
Swim with the Sea Dragon because of how dangerous it is to swim outside of the prawn suit. You can use the prawn suit to swim with it. Now, let's say if you get struck by the mouth. Watch. It just grabs you and then just throws you away. Like that. I am outside the map! Oh! I'm outside the map! Okay, so be aware in the future. If you're gonna get grabbed by the Sea Dragon, make sure you're not close to the wall, otherwise you go outside the map.
Our final Leviathan we'll be swimming with is the Sea Emperor Leviathan. And I know what you're wondering, because when we see large players, we always think that they're always going to be a threat to us. Are they going to be a threat? No, they are not. They're actually peaceful. They do not wish any harm to any living creature around the ocean. But the only threat that comes from them, though, is that they like to be around where the Reaper Leviathans are at. So when swimming around with the Sea Emperors, always be on guard. Be paying attention and keep notes of where the Reaper Leviathans are at. That way, you can expect the Reaper Leviathan to charge at you and to get ready to react to them by dodging.
Now, for those who are wondering, it's a stasis.
But other than that, swimming with the Sea Emperor is actually pretty peaceful, pretty calm. And one of my personal favorite things to do whenever I'm online playing Subnautica, which is swimming with the Sea Emperors. I don't know why. One thing I will say to avoid doing when swimming with the Sea Emperors is to only do it at day, as you get better visual of where things are at, like the Reaper Leviathans. Trust me, I think I posted a video one time where I tried swimming at night with the Sea Emperor, and then I got attacked by the Reaper Leviathan. I was not happy about that, but you learn from trial and error. But that is all the Leviathans and Subnautica. And I know some of you guys that play Subnautica below zero and want me to make that video. I am sorry to say it, but I cannot make that video for personal reasons, which I will explain later on at the end of the video. But yeah, that is all the Leviathans. I hope you guys have learned something, and we'll try this out for yourselves to swim with both the peaceful Leviathans and the dangerous Leviathans. Especially with the ones in the void. So, really quickly before we end the video, I thought there was just an important announcement I need to make real quick. In fact, I should have announced it sooner when I knew about it, but I just wasn't too sure when to do it because I was still waiting for more information. But as you guys may know, I serve in the military, specifically in the National Guard, and the big announcement I have yet to make is that I'm being deployed starting in January. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, how am I going to make content? Simple answer is, I don't know. The future videos I will be mostly posting is just me posting like just images of like YouTube shorts of how I'm doing right now, and I might be able to like do like a small recording like off my phone, for example, and just like record what I'm doing right now. But I don't know if I want to do that, because I know it's just it'll just be like the lack of ambition and just not a very good video. So I don't know if I'm going to do that just because of that, because I don't know if it's actually going to be a good video. So with that being said, I don't know what the content's going to look like while I'm gone overseas. But what I do know is that I am definitely going to have a good time in deployment, and I look forward to gaining that experience. So while I'm away, and in case if I don't say it in the future, I hope you guys have a good Christmas, happy holidays, and I wish you guys luck for the year of 2024. Thank you guys for watching. Be expecting at least 1 or 2 videos before like February at best. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great year. Take care, everybody.